Good morning. I am so excited to come and do a quick live today because, you know, this has been already like the most amazing journey. I know it's been 3 weeks, right? So from the day, I guess tomorrow will be 3 weeks, from the day that Susan called me to today, I have gone through so many amazing changes. Just, like internally, I would say. So I know at first I probably sent a bunch of spamish messages to everybody I know that might be interested in this opportunity because I was so excited about it. And then I look back at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, Kim, you're just so terrible. You keep doing this. So, and then I've wrestled with, the whole idea of, getting myself into something that I don't want to get into like I did before, and how it was like really difficult on me emotionally and physically, and it kind of wiped me out. So then I wrestled with that for a few days. I had a girl, she's an awesome lady. She joined my other business, and then she joined another business at the same time, and I had to wrestle through that. And that was about maybe 2 months ago. And I was like, it was like, how could she possibly do this? She can't do both businesses at once, right? And then I had to let go of that whole fear, because I was afraid that, she'd pick one over the other when it doesn't have to be that way. And who am I to say what someone's passion can be or should be or their focus should be? It's not my job. And then I was talking to another friend of mine yesterday, and she is actually going for this huge promotion. And I didn't realize that she has gotten that far along and had, been building this big team. And who am I to take that away? I mean, one of the best days in my entire life was when I promoted in my first company that I ever did. That was right up there with childbirth. It was such an exciting day, and I would never take that away from anyone. And not only that, I think it was a huge process of growth and awesomeness. And man, that was the best day ever. And then, I remember also, and, I'm trying to kind of collect all these memories and figure out how it's all working together and makes sense to me. And I remember the first, when I first found my first company, and it was really by happenstance, a sweet lady, Jan, she showed me this product, and it was exactly what I needed at the exact time I needed it. And then I went and told one of my best friends, and she stayed up all night thinking about it after she tried one, right? And then she joined, and she became a huge leader in my team. And we worked that business every which way we possibly could, and worked our butts off, and we promoted on the exact same day, and it was the most awesome thing ever. So, I'm not going to take anything away from that. That was a huge, huge thing in my life, and I am going to help my friend who's trying to get to that same promotion every bit I can. I'm even going to buy some products from her, because that was a huge day for me, and it was a day that kind of made me bulletproof. And what I mean by that is that I knew that if I could do this, which only 1% or 2% of the whole company ever gets there, that if I could do this, I could do anything, right? And I already thought I was pretty hot stuff anyways, and it was another part of the journey where I was learning, what goes up sometimes comes down. But but if you were there with me, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And it's okay, and along the way, I've met the most incredible people, and they came from places you would never believe, would never guess. So yesterday, my friend, Irene, she's my best bud, right? We are joined at the hip, but we're on different coasts of the whole United States, And she called me yesterday, and she's like, guess what? I'm joining your team. And I'm or she actually had joined already. And I was like, what? Because that's really surprised me. And And I was like, because we have been talking a long time about how, you know, she's like, I can only do one business, Kim. And I was like, so I didn't even ask her. And so what happened in the last 48 hours, or maybe even 24 hours, is that she told me, she's like, well, you know what? We're not building a business particularly. We are the business. And and that's really true. And as you go and learn more about building network marketing businesses, it's more about becoming more you and being more unique and finding your own voice and being able to do a video like this, which is very, very, very scary at first. But as you do it more often and you get more confident in your own self and feel more you, I think it gets easier to do these videos because, not only am I changing and growing and loving it, and not only is Irene changing and growing and loving it, and we talk about this like almost every single day and we grow and grow and grow, and we've been growing together for like 5 years plus. And so, for us it's easier, but it took a lot of work to get there. And and I'm not going to discount that. It's a journey, and you're not going to just poof, all of a sudden feel comfortable getting on a live video, because it's, you can say the wrong things, clearly, and I probably do, but it's also a way to, when you're on live, there's something totally different than making a video. Making a video is different, and you're gonna, you'll delete 14 of them and keep one, or 25, or however OCD you are. You might make 100. But when you do a live video, you can't take it back. So you need to really speak from your heart. And if you know what you're talking about, if you know what you believe and how it all makes sense to you, I think you can get it out. But it's something that we can talk about. If you want to talk about it with me, I'd be more than happy to have a conversation. I can't explain all the ins and outs of it right now. But what's so awesome is that when I started this, I'm not quitting Vox or anything by any means, because, that's, a huge part of my journey, and it's actually part of my healing. So, and it's definitely part of Irene's healing. But, I love Dr. Don. I've always loved Dr. Don. It felt like kind of going home to say yes to this, and to be a part of the beginning of something. I mean, I think anybody who is a go-getter is always looking for that great opportunity to get at the beginning of something. And that's how I'm always got my eye open in a sense, but not a lot of things are very attractive to me. But this time, it's like, it was more of a, when Susan actually called me on the phone, I felt like that was a connection. That was like a lightning bolt moment for me. And I was like, wow, these people actually want to connect, and they want to like build something that's different. And that's where I feel like I can fit in with this group, because, I think people, they tend to find a group to fit into, but I never do seem to fit in exactly, and I just don't, ask anybody who's known me since high school. I never quite fit in anywhere, but I can be a part of the group and find a way to do the same thing, but maybe do it my way, I guess. And that's also kind of a tricky, full of potholes too, because, I'm a little bit of a rebel, if you haven't noticed. And it's like, you just keep your opinions to yourself, and it'd be nice to me and I'll be nice to you. And, I have to do it my way, as Frank Sinatra says. But anyways, yeah, so when Irene joined yesterday, I was like, oh, maybe that is confirmation. I'm looking for God to lead me and to build this in a totally different fashion than I ever did anything before. I'm not interested in creating a bunch of cookie cutter people, or doing, kind of creating this template and saying, everybody do this exactly the same thing. No, we want a creativity we're coming up with new ways that we can share. And then my friend Mary was telling me yesterday that Facebook's changing completely. So we've got to be able to roll with that, because Facebook's a huge platform for us to get our message out. So I know that I'm going pretty long, but I hope this helps you understand that this is a process for me too. I'm going to be growing through this with you, and I think we can do it together. It's going to be awesome, and hopefully, I'll do a good job. I'm just really going to try to not make some of the mistakes I made before, but if I do, forgive me now, and I'll try to, fix that as I go. But I am not perfect by any means, but it does help to have really good people that I love part of this journey with me. And I talked to another one yesterday, and she surprised me. She's like, I think I'm going to join. And it's like, is that okay? And it's like, what, are you kidding me? Of course it's okay. I mean, she's like one of the people that kept me sane for the last 5 years or more. And so that's going to be really exciting to have her aboard, and just good quality people that need good skincare, and that's really what it's all about. We want good skincare, and we want to be with good quality people. So I hope you have an awesome day. It's Thursday. I've got a lot of errands to run. I'm going to do a little Uber today, and try to stay cool. Too cool for school. I love you, Irene. Mwah! You're the best. And I will see you soon in June. Can't wait for that. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.